Welcome back to MTG Foretold. Today I have a different video for you, and forgive me if there are some hiccups with the video editing. I've never done a video like this, but I just kind of wanted to break down some of the things I am most excited for with Secrets of Strixhaven. Cards like Nita, where whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. I think this could be really fun again in those kind of decks where they use outrageous robbery, or any time where you're essentially just taking cards from your opponent and playing them. I don't know how well it's actually going to do. I think it's an interesting concept, and the fact that that card as well can allow you to steal an instant or sorcery card from your opponent's graveyard, I think can make it a little interesting. I think there's some fun things you can probably do with this card, along with a lot of the other theft cards like Gonti and things like Wrench, etc., or even like Azula with the Dimir colors. I'll throw the cards on the screen here so you can see what I'm talking about, but I think cards like this could be really fun to kind of build a deck around. I don't know how consistent it'll be or how crazy it'll be, but I could see some potential there. Sacrifice decks. Now, we already have sacrifice decks, you know, we have the Umber Caller Zealot with Sephiroth, etc., etc. I think, though, Abzan is going to be really fun to sacrifice things with. So, you know, I've already was working on an Abzan deck, utilizing Tools of War, Obsessive Pursuit, etc., etc. I think I'm going to wait, though, once the set is officially released to really see what it can do. And then obviously, if you don't have enough card draw, you can get Witherbloom Charm. All the charms are really good from this set. I think you're going to find them in a lot of decks. But, you know, being able to sacrifice a permanent, and that's any permanent. So, you know, with Obsessive Pursuit, you can sacrifice a clue and you get 2 cards. Pretty sweet. Better than getting 1 card. And then things like Social Snub, you know, being able to force your opponent to sacrifice their creatures, and yeah, you'll sacrifice your own, but you have token creatures, they're probably not that powerful anyway. There you go. And then you know, they lose life and you gain life. And then could be interesting, Silver Quill the Disputant, being able to cast instant sorcery spells with casualty 1. I think that could be really interesting, being able to copy spells by sacrificing a token creature. A lot of interesting things I'm thinking about. This is really just me kind of going off on the rails of all these ideas that I have in my head that could be really fun and work with. So yeah, sacrifice is definitely another one I am excited about. Another kind of idea that I'm thinking about is based on the discard format. So obviously we have Rakdos, and there's a couple Grixis. Obviously, I did a Grixis deck not too long ago with discard. There's quite a few good discard cards, though, in this set, such as Pursue the Past. You know, being able to gain 2 life, discard a card, and draw 2 cards with a flashback on it, that's pretty strong, I think. I can definitely see this being worked into a discard, like, I guess this would be more so like a Mardu discard, really, but I could see some interesting colors open up now to the discard format instead of just being Rakdos or Grixis. I think you could switch over to Mardu now. I think there's some cool things there. As well as things like Steal the Show. I think it's going to be really powerful in these discard decks, being able to just discard any number of cards and draw that many cards. I think is pretty crazy. As well as Borrowed Knowledge. So this is, again, it would be in a Mardu format for discard, but being able to discard your hand and draw cards equal to the number of cards your target opponent has. If you are doing a discard style deck, you're probably going to have a very low amount of cards compared to your opponent. You probably won't use the second pip that much, but maybe you will. I'm not sure, depending on what kind of deck you put this in. But yeah, I can see this being crazy strong in a discard pile with Monument or Cool But Rude. Yeah, I think that's just going to be really strong, the discard options that you're going to have in this set. I think there's a lot of cards that will just kind of plug themselves into certain builds. The Lute, I think, is going to be really fun to try in more control style shells, especially ones that it'll probably be more so 5-color is going to be the new meta for control, I feel like. But we'll see. I mean, maybe it'll still be Izzet, but I think 5-color is opening up big time thanks to the Lute. But yeah, interested to see what the set does. But yeah, I would love to hear what your guys' ideas are for the set. I'm sure there's some cool things that you all can think about that I can't think of right off the top of my head. But yeah, really excited to try this set, and I will see you guys in the next video.